I'm from the time that when we go to school and we would fail the grade, fail the tests, we go to summer school. If we really fail the grade, we'll have to repeat that grade. So if you were on the third grade, on the following year, you will do it again. Obviously, that had some implications. You become 1 year older, but in the class, most of the students will be 1 year younger than you. And in this age, we really grow fast. So he who had failed the grade would be the tallest one, the oldest one. And tragically, to be considered the one to be the most deficient in his development in regards to his studies, being very polite. And these situations will come like students being 2-3 years older than you in the same class. And obviously, the educational system changed. I'm not saying if it was for the better or for the worse, but it was a fact that everybody knew that you had repeated the grade, that you didn't learn the lessons, and you were there supposedly studying, but you were not learning. You're not making the best out of that moment. And I remember that when I read this verse from Psalm 119, verse 71, the psalmist said, "It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I may learn your statutes." When we meditate on this word, we understand in here that first of all, a contradiction. How come to be afflicted to be good? Nobody likes to be afflicted, isn't it? For you to suffer an affliction, a problem in your life is not good. But the psalmist is saying, "It is good for me that I have been afflicted." And the truth is, many afflictions, many problems in our lives, even though in the moments they might be bad, later on we wake up and we understand that that was good for us. Was good, for instance, for me to have been through marital problems. Was good, even though it was bad, because are not days that I miss. But today, when I see the result of all of that, I see that it was good. It was good for Christiane and I to have been through afflictions that we've been through. But it was only good because we learned with the afflictions. As he said in here, "It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I may learn your statutes." When you use affliction to learn, then you move on to the next grade. At least you use the affliction to advance, to be better in your life, in your condition. But when you go through affliction and you learn nothing, then you have to repeat the lesson and to keep on repeating the same grade. And then you have in life, not in school, but in life, the situation, how can we call it? Tragic, to see people that sometimes were supposed to be ahead of where they are, but they are not. They were supposed to be ahead in regards to their relationships, financially, spiritually speaking, but they keep on skating on ice, repeating the grade, repeating the lessons, repeating the experiences of life, because they refuse to learn. They refuse to do it. So when you learn, life is like that. There's no point of you changing, because the system, nobody can change. You can change the educational system. Today, the student does not go well in class and the teachers push them to the next grade, not knowing the lessons, but anyway, they go ahead. So he does not feel ashamed when other students come and say, you're too tall to be in this class. So they're not going to feel ashamed, not by the students, but they will be ashamed by life, by the problems, because life will give the lowest grade to them, a grade of failure to them. And sometimes people try to save people from the afflictions, pain. Again, as I said, nobody likes to suffer afflictions, but sometimes are these afflictions that will teach. Of course, it's always better for us to learn without suffering. Learn by intelligence, by wisdom, prudence. I won't be in need of going through this to know that this is good, because someone already went through this path and it didn't work, so I don't want to pay the price. So it's better for you to learn with the mistakes of others. You don't need to commit mistakes, but because sometimes we are stiff-necked, we end up suffering our own afflictions. But at least, when we suffer the afflictions, that we may learn. And then, that will be profitable to us. So you, who are there, asking yourself, I don't know why am I going through this? Why am I going through that? Why God is allowing it? Why God is allowing it to happen this to me? Instead of you murmuring, complaining, sad, crying, because of this, because of that, oh, my life, how can that be? Instead of you doing that, stop and ask yourself, what is this teaching me? What is this teaching me? What is the lesson that I have to learn in here? What this situation, this affliction, wants me to learn? This is what you have to do. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I may learn your statutes. What do you have to learn through your affliction, the affliction that you're going through now? Be a good student of life, a good student of everything that happens to you. Like this, you will pass the grade, and you will be able to look back and say, it was good, it was bad in the moment, but now I see that was good because I grew, I developed. This is the teaching that the Word of God gives us, and if you don't want to learn with the Word of God, then life will teach you through the afflictions, one way or the other. Don't be the type of person that keeps on repeating the grade all the time, again and again, until they learn. And sometimes they never learn. Let's be smart, let's be intelligent, let's be wise. Let's learn, if not by the wisdom of others, but at least by our own afflictions.
Did you like this? Would you like to hear it again? Listen to it as many times as you need until this content becomes part of you. Don't forget to leave your like, comment, and share. See you next time.